can't take one more step towards you.
My name is Mary Dunlop. I'm the Executive Director of Durham Youth Housing and Support Services. Recently we renamed the shelter itself Joannes House in honor of our former volunteer chair of the board, who unfortunately passed away this past July, and in her honor we renamed the house. This organization was incorporated actually in August of 2005, but the shelter itself didn't open until April of 2008. And it was formed by a group of concerned citizens who were worried about where homeless youth would go, because the only other shelter for youth in Durham region closed in 2003.
My name is Tim Arkell, and I'm one of the youth advocates here at Joannes House.
What age group do you take in?
We service youth between the ages of 16 to 24.
Who's responsible for cleaning the shelter?
Well, cleaning the shelter is everybody's job. Everyone takes a part because everybody lives here. So look at our nice chore breakdown. There's everything from cleaning the dining and deck to the backyard to garbage and recycling. Of course, those bathrooms need to be cleaned too. So we believe everyone needs to take part because it's their house while they stay here.
What are some of the rules at the shelter?
Yeah, we do need rules, kind of keep us on track for what's going on, and guidelines and expectations. Let me show you a few. Here's one right here. If I can just point that out. Obviously we can't have any smoking inside the house. There is a back deck for smoking. And some of our other guidelines obviously is just getting along with everybody, no major blowouts, and keeping a good attitude in check. But this is a nice little summary of what we're kind of looking for and expecting. Well, this is where it all happens here. This is the back deck. For people who like to smoke, they can have a smoke out here. Obviously on a nice cold, brisk day like this, you might want to have your smoke not very long. Now, do you find this cold right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we don't want to be out here too long. But this is our great backyard.
It's big.
As you can see, we have our garbage and recycling here. Sometimes the raccoons and the squirrels beat us to it, but hey, they're all part of this community. So we welcome them and we welcome you. Let's get back in. It's getting cold. Come on. You know, we have a lot of services at the shelter. Our main thing that we do is provide shelter, which is providing a bed, food, and some clothes for those who have none of that, because that's really important to have the basic needs of our life met. After somebody comes in and has some of those needs met, we also try to help them maybe with school. Maybe school was an issue, so maybe they attend the school we have here or help them reconnect with their school. We also help them with OW, getting onto welfare and trying to find out if it's something they need to do to rent a room, or because maybe home isn't an option anymore, they can't return home. So we help with housing. So we're heading upstairs right now. Upstairs, the guys stay upstairs and the girls are in the basement. As you can see, they're regular rooms here. Basically, it's a regular house. We have a nice bedroom here. It's got 4 beds in there. People can kind of have a nice place to crash for the night, place to stay. Got another room here. And then we got 1 room behind you over here. So 3 rooms for the boys, and there's a couple of rooms downstairs. This is the bathroom. Unfortunately, somebody has not picked up their towels, and we'll be on that tonight.
How long can people stay at Joanne's shelter for?
Well, when people come in, this is kind of the office here where we meet with them, and they sit down and tell us a little bit about where they've been coming from, where they are, and what their hopes are and plans if they have any. So that's called our intake. So people sit down and tell us that, and we begin to assess and find out how we can best help them and serve them and support them. So usually people come in and they're usually here about a month, sometimes a little bit longer than that. But within that month we try to help as many people as we can. So we're actually in turn having a lot of turnover, a lot of people are coming, and then the next person comes as they get housed, and the next person comes in. So we try to help lots and lots of people.
What's the biggest challenge of running this shelter?
Well, Jessica, the biggest challenge is you were asking me about our funding. The fact is, the funding we receive only covers about half of our expenses, and so we're required to fundraise the rest of it. We're looking at fundraising somewhere over $200,000 a year, and that's a tough haul for a small organization. We have a really dedicated board of directors who work really hard to make sure that we stay funded well. Wow, we have so many choices that we could spend money on, but probably our food budget is about $24,000 a year. So $5,000 would go a long way to buying a whole lot of food for the kids.
So one of the really cool things about working in the shelter is getting to know some of the youth that we've helped. And I am really excited to be sitting here with Dennis, my man right here. Dennis is doing his college placement here. So we have a lot of our students in the region that come here and do their college placement. But it's kind of exciting why Dennis is doing his placement here, and I'm going to just let him kind of tell us why.
So actually, I was the first resident to ever come through Joanne's place. On the very first day that it opened, I was here. And so this was about maybe 3 years ago, roughly, actually. And so, and like when I came here, like I had an unstable home environment. And so like when I came here, like it actually felt like home. And so then when I was trying to figure out my career path, like I learned so much from Tim and like all the other staff here. And like they influenced me so much that I felt it was definitely something that I could see myself doing. And so like when I was choosing my career, like social services would be amazing. So right now I'm at Durham College for a social services worker program. And part of that is like we do practical placement. And I knew immediately like this is where I wanted to be, and like I wanted to sort of help the kids here because like I feel like the staff helped me so much. So I feel like it's a good way like to give back.
So you've seen the shelter and you've met some of the staff. Joanne's House, you feel comfortable, you feel safe, and you feel welcome. Me and Jessica actually decided to do our project on Joanne's House because I was the 5th resident to ever come through the doors. And I remember they sent a taxi for me, and I was so nervous, and I don't think I've ever been so full of anxiety in my entire life. And I remember getting up to the house and going through the doors, and I just had this huge sense of relief because the kids were amazing. I made friendships that I still have to this day. The staff was absolutely incredible, and they helped me get on housing, they helped me with my school, and they really helped me get back on my feet because I was going through a rough period in my life. Joanne's House is the reason why I'm the person I am today. They made a huge impact on me, and they continue to change the lives of youth every single day. And I think that it's incredible that we have this shelter in Durham region because teens will always have a place to call home.